Welcome to my channel. Try to hear the latest story.
My fiancée came home one evening and, with tears in her eyes, swore she'd lost the engagement ring at the gym and begged me to forgive her. I stayed calm, told her it was fine, and then quietly put up a reward post online for anyone who might have found it. She has no idea who actually answered that post. I'm 33, an electrician by trade, and 6 months ago I got engaged to Melissa after dating her for 3 years. The ring set me back $8,000. Pretty much everything I could stretch to at the time, because she dropped endless hints about wanting a classic round-cut diamond on a white gold band. That's exactly what I gave her. Life felt normal until the previous Tuesday. She walked through the door looking wrecked and said she had something awful to confess. Apparently she'd removed the ring before her workout, set it down somewhere, forgot it, and when she went back later it had vanished. She kept apologizing, saying she knew how hard I'd worked to buy it and that she felt sick about it. She looked destroyed, so even though I was gutted about the money, I swallowed it and told her not to worry. "It's only a thing," I said. "We'll sort it out." She threw her arms around me, called me the most forgiving guy on earth, and promised she'd never be careless with the next one. But something about the whole thing sat wrong in my gut. For the past few weeks she'd been acting strange about the ring itself. I'd noticed a couple of times she came home from work without it, and, when I asked, she claimed her fingers had been swelling and she didn't want to damage it. Then, at her sister's birthday dinner the weekend before, 3 separate people asked about wedding dates, and every single time she steered the conversation somewhere else. I chalked it up to stress. Yet the gym story didn't fit the woman I knew. Melissa is obsessive about her stuff. She double-checks receipts, never misplaces a key, nothing. Leaving an $8,000 diamond lying around just wasn't her. Plus, we'd literally talked the previous Saturday about finally picking a date, and she dragged her feet, saying she needed to wait until her promotion at work was official because big life decisions were overwhelming her right now. Tuesday night, I lay awake turning it all over. By Wednesday morning, after she'd left for the office, I decided to dig. First place I went was the gym, a small neighborhood spot where the staff know every regular. I asked Carol, the manager who's been there forever, whether anyone had handed in a ring. She checked the lost and found drawer, nothing. Then she lowered her voice and added, "You know, Melissa's been different these past couple of weeks. Quiet, keeps her headphones in, barely talks. And yesterday she bolted out of here with that new guy, Ryan. I'd never once heard that name. Tall guy, dark hair, maybe 28, 29? They've been chatting a lot lately," Carol said. "Seemed real cozy. My stomach turned over. Melissa had never mentioned making a new gym friend, let alone a guy." I thanked Carol, drove home, and that evening I tested her. "Hey, I swung by the gym earlier, nothing in lost and found. Carol did mention you left with some dude named Ryan yesterday. Who's he?" The color drained from her face for half a second before she plastered on a smile. "Oh, just Ryan. New member. When I realized the ring was gone, he offered to help me search the parking lot. Super nice of him. Made sense on the surface, but the fact she had an answer locked and loaded made me more suspicious. Not less. Thursday, I made up my mind. I was going to put a reward out there and see who bit. I posted on Facebook, Instagram, and the local neighborhood group. Lost engagement ring, round diamond, white gold. At Fitness First on Tuesday afternoon. Huge sentimental value. $500 cash reward. No questions asked. I attached the photo I took the night I proposed and added my number. Melissa spotted the posts that same evening while scrolling. Babe, why are you doing this? I already told you it's gone. You're just going to get hurt when nothing turns up. Doesn't cost anything to try, I said. She shifted in her seat, clearly uneasy about all the attention the post was getting. Friends were commenting, sharing, offering sympathy. Friday afternoon, I got a text from an unknown number. Saw your reward post. I think I know what really happened to that ring. Can we meet? I arranged to meet the guy at a coffee shop near my job and told Melissa I had a possible lead. The man who walked in was in his 50s, looked uncomfortable, but determined. I don't usually stick my nose in other people's business, he started, but you need to hear this. His wife works at Premier Pawn over on 5th. Tuesday night, a young woman came in and sold a ring that matched my description perfectly. He showed me a photo his wife had snapped for inventory. Same ring, no question. My wife felt bad when she saw your post today. The girl who brought it in said it was her grandmother's and she needed cash fast for car repairs. I stared at the picture of my own ring sitting under fluorescent lights in a glass case. It was still there, marked at $7, $500 that I thanked him. Sat there another hour letting it sink in, then went home and said nothing to Melissa that night. Instead, I started watching her like a hawk. Phone always face down, little private smiles at messages, quick glances to make sure I wasn't looking. Saturday morning, while she was in the shower, her phone lit up. I caught the lock screen preview. Yesterday was perfect. Dying for our weekend away. Sender. Ryan. She told me she was spending the weekend at her sister's and that I should enjoy a guy's weekend at home. It all snapped into place. The ring excuses, the wedding delays, the new friend, pawning the ring. She was cheating and using my money to bankroll it. Update 1. 5 days later, Saturday, I went straight to Premier Pawn. Ring was exactly where Frank said, tagged at $7,500. Manager confirmed a woman matching Melissa's description had walked in Tuesday evening and taken $2,800 cash for it. I didn't redeem it yet. I had bigger things to handle. Saturday afternoon, Melissa left for her sister's house. I gave her an hour head start, then drove past Jenny's place. Melissa's car wasn't there. I called Jenny directly. Hey, is Melissa with you this weekend? Melissa? No, I haven't talked to her in days. Why? Just checking. She said she was staying with you. Jenny sounded confused. Melissa was lying about her whereabouts. No surprise. Sunday, I updated the original reward post. Update. Thank you everyone for sharing. Turns out the ring wasn't lost. It was pawned at Premier Pawn on 5th the same evening. If anyone has info about why my fiancée would sell her engagement ring for cash, please DM me. That post blew up locally. Comments, shares, people tagging others. Monday night, Melissa came home glowing from her relaxing weekend with Jenny. Have a good time? I asked. Yeah, we just chilled and caught up. Funny. I called Jenny Saturday looking for you. She said she hadn't seen or heard from you. Her face cycled through shock, scrambling, panic. We mostly texted. She probably forgot. Monday night, I laid the pawn shop evidence on the table. She denied. Someone was scamming me for the reward money until I mentioned security footage and paperwork. Then the story collapsed. She swore she'd only pawned it for emergency car repairs and was too embarrassed to ask me for help. Then why lie about the gym? Because you've been stressed about money. What about Ryan, the guy you spent the weekend with? More denials until she finally admitted the affair. It's only been a few weeks. It's purely physical. "I love you," he means nothing. And then, under pressure, admitted the $2,800 cash had gone to help Ryan with his money problems. She pawned the ring. I worked overtime for to bail out the guy she was sleeping with. Tuesday morning, I made the final public post. Mystery solved. My fiancée pawned the engagement ring to give the money to the man she's been cheating with. Engagement is over. Thanks to everyone who helped me learn the truth. That one spread like wildfire through our entire circle. Her family, my family, co-workers, gym people, everyone. Her phone exploded. Her mom, her sister, her best friend. All calling, texting, freaking out. Tuesday night, she packed an overnight bag and left for a friend's couch. "You've humiliated me in front of the whole town." I told the truth. That's not humiliation. That's consequences. We can fix this. Couples survive affairs. Not when one of them sells the ring to finance it, Melissa. That's not a relationship issue. That's a character issue. She walked out. I haven't heard from her directly since. Update 2. 4 weeks later, the posts kept circulating. Our whole community saw the timeline. Melissa tried telling people I'd blown everything out of proportion and that the money wasn't for Ryan, but nobody was buying it. Her family was mortified. Her mom called me crying, apologizing, asking if we could work it out. I told her politely that selling an engagement ring to fund an affair was a boundary I couldn't unsee. Her sister was furious about being used as an alibi and having to explain to people that Melissa was never actually there. Ryan's roommate saw the posts, connected the dots about the sudden cash, and kicked him out. Didn't want affair drama in the apartment. Ryan lost his cheap housing and most of his friends in 1 week. Melissa's workplace turned awkward fast once co-workers saw everything. Nothing HR could do, but gossip travels. 3 weeks ago, I went back and bought my own ring back. $7,500 to get an $8,000 ring I already paid for once. I posted a photo of it on my hand with the caption, "Ring recovered. Seeking new owner who won't sell it to bankroll an affair." Got a lot of supportive comments and closed that chapter. 2 weeks ago, she tried to reach me through Jenny, saying she'd realized what a mistake she made and wanted to talk. I declined. Trust isn't a light switch. Last week, mutual friends told me she and Ryan had imploded. Once the thrill of sneaking around was gone, they had nothing left. He also had no money now that he was covering rent solo. Relationship lasted about as long as the secrecy did. She moved back in with her parents for a while. A lot of friends quietly distanced themselves. This past weekend, word got back that she's now framing herself as the victim, claiming I violated her privacy and destroyed her reputation over one mistake. Most people aren't buying that version either. Pawning the ring is the part everyone keeps coming back to. Yesterday, Jenny called asking if I'd consider one last coffee with her sister. I told her the same thing. The problem isn't whether Melissa would cheat again. The problem is that she's capable of elaborate, cold-blooded deception and theft the moment she thinks no one will find out. I can't unknow that. Jenny said everyone deserves second chances. I agreed, just not necessarily from the same person they stabbed in the back. Final update: 3 months after the reward post, everything has settled into its new normal. Melissa eventually got a small apartment, goes to work, keeps her head down. A lot of old friends stayed polite but distant, and new people she meets usually hear the story eventually. Her family helps her out, but the disappointment is still thick in the air. Ryan vanished to another part of the city. No one really hears from him anymore. 6 weeks ago, she sent a long handwritten letter. Full apology, acknowledging everything, begging for another chance, promising she's changed. I wrote back 2 sentences. I appreciate the apology and I've made my peace. That doesn't mean I'm willing to hand you another opportunity to hurt me. She asked if I could ever forgive her. I told her I already had, for my own sake. But forgiveness and reconciliation are two different things. Last month I started seeing someone new. I told her the entire saga up front. Her reaction? Anyone who would sell the ring you gave her to finance sleeping with someone else never deserved you in the first place. Night and day difference, no hidden texts, no sketchy weekend plans, no second guessing every story. I still have the ring. Haven't decided whether I'll reset the stone one day or just sell it. For now it sits in a drawer as a reminder that when your gut screams something's wrong. Listen. The posts are still up. People in our town still remember. Melissa will carry that reputation for a long time, maybe forever in this zip code. Some call it harsh. I call it accurate. Future partners deserve to know what she's capable of when she believes no one is watching. She learned the hard way that affairs aren't just about the two people sneaking around. They ripple out and torch reputations, friendships, family relationships, everything. Ryan learned that being the affair partner can cost you your home and your social circle. When the story comes out, that I learned to trust my instincts, investigate when things don't add up, and that some betrayals reveal character so clearly there's no coming back from them. That reward post wasn't really about recovering a piece of jewelry. It was about recovering the truth. Without it, I might have married her and never known what she was willing to do behind my back. She wanted the security of our relationship and the excitement of an affair at the same time, using my money to pay for both. Instead, she lost everything she was trying to keep. I just told the truth publicly. Everyone else got the consequences their own actions earned them. Sometimes the most expensive thing you can buy isn't the ring. It's finding out exactly who someone is when they think you'll never know.